Pam, the Lucky Mermaid. It's my 1-year anniversary here on YouTube, and I wanted to make a little video as a thank you so you could learn a little bit more about me. I live at the Jersey Shore, as you may know, and it's an island surrounded by water, excellent for psychic energy, and it was devastated by Hurricane Sandy. There was 48 inches of water in my neighborhood, and 20 of that was inside my house. My house got torn apart, and through much to-do and consternation, it got rebuilt inside. And I've been living here for 2 years with my youngest son and my dog, Jack, who you hear snoring in the background many times in the videos. I have 2 boys. My oldest son, I'm very proud of him. He starts college in the fall. He's an author. He's publishing his first novel this summer on self-publishing on Amazon. He's a musician and an actor. He plays the piano, the violin. He composes music. He's very talented. I'm very proud of him. My younger son, Daniel, he is brilliant. He's very funny and a great all-round person to be around. He's a very happy guy, and he may be a scientist or a teacher or possibly a police officer. That's unknown at this point. My background is I was a pastry chef for 22 years. I graduated from the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, and I've owned 2 pastry businesses. My first pastry shop was a wholesale business, actually, in Long Island, New York, and my retail pastry shop was also in Long Island, New York, back in the early 80s, long ago. And 14 years ago, after my youngest son was born, it was just too much to continue with the pastry chef work because it's very demanding, a lot of hours. I needed to be with my 2 little boys more, and I decided to develop my psychic ability, which I had since I was a child. I had many psychic experiences and started studying it on my own for many years, all the way up until my late 30s. And then I decided maybe I should take some classes. And I went to a local college, a community college, and took psychic development classes, many different types. I've had private coaching by a well-known author and medium. And I had private one-on-one mediumship coaching with her years ago. I did, so with much encouragement from my psychic development teacher and my friends, I decided to change my career and start working with people by doing psychic readings. I did them for many years online and on the phone and also in person. And I had another website prior to this one several years ago that was called Positive Path. That site is no longer up and running. And I decided to start the Lucky Mermaid in May of last year and posted my videos to YouTube, not knowing that they would take off quite the way they did. People ask me about my guides. I have a team of guides. I know they're my ancestors. I know some of them are my father is one of my guides, and other relatives that I knew in this lifetime. I also have ancestors that are my guides that I never met. They're part of my team, as well as some spirits that I maybe knew in a previous life that are now my spirit guides. They usually refer to themselves by how many of them are with me. So when I go to do readings on YouTube or on in person, they'll tell me their number. Usually for many years it was 3, then it was 7 for a long time. Now it's 8, sometimes it's 9 or 10. So it just depends on the day. I really truly enjoy my work. I love talking with people, and I'm appreciative of people letting me get a look into their lives and trying to help them sort through the things they're going through and hopefully give them some insight that can help them. I want to say thank you so much for watching my videos and also for following me on Facebook and Twitter. Please subscribe to my channel. That way you will be able to be informed and notified of any new videos I'm posting and any other new and upcoming changes and developments to my channel. So again, I want to say this is my happy 1-year anniversary on YouTube, and I'm sending you much love from the Lucky Mermaid. Thank you.
Hi Virgo, I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for June 2015. This month I laid out the Rainbow Tarot spread for you and pulled an additional card from the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses deck by Tony Carmine Salerno. Please note that these are general readings, so to get more information for you, please watch your rising sign or your moon sign videos. I've provided a link below this video that you can go to and enter in your information and find that out. Please note, however, that you must know your birth time to find out what your rising sign is. So get out your birth certificates and your hospital records, or ask a family member, because you're not going to be able to find that out without your birth time. So, hope that's helpful. On to your reading for June. The first card you have in your layout today, Virgo, you have the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man to me is a card that symbolizes, this is like being in limbo. Like you're not really moving forward, you're not really moving backward, you're kind of hanging in a state of, waiting, or just, you're just in limbo. But this card also indicates that during that time, it's very important that you access your own psychic ability and your intuition. I personally believe that limbo is one of the reasons why this comes up. That limbo state, the Hanged Man, is showing up to try to direct you to do that, because we are all supposed to be evolving towards more spiritual beings and become more aware of our own psychic ability and our own sixth sense that we were born with, that God gave us those senses. So when this card comes up, a lot of times I feel like our situations that we get put in are to do that, to access our psychic ability and intuition and to trust ourselves. I hear that you are learning to comply or rely and lean on others more now, because you're always the ones taking the charge and the lead and taking care of others, and people are always running to you. I'm hearing you're learning now how to lean on others, or let others shoulder the burden or carry the load, which I feel is probably a difficult thing for you to do, because I feel many of you are the ones everybody's leaning on, so everybody else is coming running to you. So I do feel there's a shift and change coming in for you, where your spiritual development is very strong over the course of these next 3 months. I do feel anything that you wanted to get going or do something with, anything. It could be building a house, changing your house. It could be starting a new relationship or a job. Anything that you've been waiting on, I feel that in the course of the next 3 months will occur, but I feel like it may not start for 3 months. So you may have another 3 months of feeling like you're like this about something that's been going on that you've been waiting to do, initiate, or start. I hear that you've been realizing that there's been too much going on in your life or around you that's like been keeping you back or holding you back from your true life's purpose. So if any of you Virgos have been feeling like you're not in the right career or job, or you chose a path that you thought would work out, but then as it went on, you felt like this isn't the right course of action for me. I feel like you're coming to those realizations and maybe going to start going in a different direction here. That's also coming up with this card. Some of you may be like going into dark corners of your psyche or of your life and poking around in those dark corners by getting some kind of therapy. Some of you may be talking to a counselor. It could be a psychologist, a psychiatrist. It could be a social worker. It could even be somebody giving you spiritual guidance. You could be examining it yourself, going into, your past and in delving into your psyche comes up here as far as like things that have affected you, since childhood even, because I keep seeing you as a little kid. So for some of you, this is going back to things that maybe hurt you or you've been carrying on and shoved into the back corners or recesses of your mind since you were young. So some of you are going through that kind of self-examination and clearing those things out. Now, the next card you have in the reading here today, Virgo, is you, probably, or someone you care about or know, because they wouldn't show up if they weren't important. You have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is an earth sign female, which would either be a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. That would be their sun sign, their rising sign, or their moon sign. This could also be a male. And the Queen of Pentacles to me is someone that's very involved with their family. They really care about their family. They can get really involved in what their family is doing. This can be your children, your siblings, your parental situation, just your family in general. This is somebody who is very empathic. You can read other people's feelings easily and sometimes take them on like they're your own feelings even. Other people's feelings can become yours because you're like empathic sponge here. You're also, Queen of Pentacles is somebody that cares a lot about financial abundance and security, wants financial security, and can be very good with money, can be a good saver, good with money management. If you're operating from the negative side, of whoever this is, of negative side of Queen of Pentacles, they can be very bad with money. Like money can slip through their fingers like water. They could be terrible with saving. They could be prone to depression. Depression can come up here with the Queen of Pentacles. And he or she, but it comes first, it's a she, could be too involved in their families, like needs to like take a step back, like they can get too much in the family's business, like who's doing this and what's this one doing and what's that one doing. So that can be another aspect to the Queen of Pentacles. You may have someone here that's coming in that's trying to communicate with you. This could be an ex of some sort. It could be an ex-friend. Doesn't have to be an ex-lover. It could be an ex-husband, an ex-wife. But an ex comes up here, trying to communicate with you. I feel there's legalities and issues following or circling around this ex. I feel that ex has this real sense of loss and loneliness about them. And they're going around in circles about it. And I feel like they, for some reason, want you to see things from their perspective or their side. I don't know that they're going to apologize to you for anything. They might. But I feel like for some reason, they're looking to you for your kind of like shoulder to cry on, protection, guidance. As usual, Virgo, they're coming to you again. You get it all. You always seem to get it. And in this case, though, it's coming up to me as an ex first. I pick up a real uneasy feeling about this situation. I'm not feeling like you're feeling good about it. To me, it comes up like I just get uneasy. It's making you feel uneasy for some reason. And I get the feeling that there's something you feel like you ought to say, but I'm seeing you're not sure that you're going to say it. Like I'm seeing your mind think, I want to say this. But for some reason, while you're interacting with this person, your mind's going around going, I don't think I'm going to say it. I don't know if I should say it. So I'm not sure whether you're going to decide to say something or not. And I'm going to say this again. I know you guys, a lot of you watch the different videos for your, family members, loves, friends, whatever. So you're probably sick of hearing me say this if you've listened to the other videos, but I'm saying it again. We are in Mercury in retrograde. And Mercury in retrograde is going from May 18th to June 11th. The past returns to the present. You are not the first sign that got somebody coming back in to talk to them. You're not. I believe Cancer got it as well. I feel some of the other signs. I do these on different days. I don't do all the signs on the same day. And I know that people coming in from the past is pretty hot right now. Past returning to the present comes up. So just know that that's likely in Mercury in retrograde. Also, miscommunications can happen in Mercury in retrograde. Misunderstandings, miscommunications. So I would reserve any opinion you have about what's going on at the moment, because reversals can also come up with Mercury in retrograde. So you may think one thing at the time you get this communication or contact, and after the retrograde passes, after June 11th, you may think something completely different. So I feel you're wise in reserving or holding back any comments or things you want to say should this situation kick up for you, and wait and see what you feel like after June 11th or more towards the end of the month, because we're still in the shadow period of retrograde. 2 weeks before it goes retrograde, we're in the shadow, and 2 weeks after the retrograde, we're in a shadow. So around June 25th, or later in the month, then see what you feel about this situation at that point. I feel some of you Virgos may be trying to get some kind of business up the ground, off the ground, up and running comes up here. So you may be trying to do that. If you're experiencing any delays with anything like that, again, it could be retrograde playing its hand here and causing like disruptions or delays. I do feel any unexpressed anger that you've been holding on to. I hear you, again, it comes up, you talking to a counselor or a therapist, or maybe even just a really close friend, and talking it out and releasing it. So I feel like you're trying to release some things right now, Virgo, that have been going on internally for you, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, like you're trying to release some of these things now. 8 weeks from now, you could be starting a new project, beginning something new comes up here to me for 8 weeks. I feel like there's a new opening, an advancement, or a pay increase coming at that time. So because there's lots of Virgos watching this, you have to think about what phrase there made sense for you, because I'm hearing those issues. If any of you Virgos have been thinking about considering anything to do with a criminal investigation series, or starting your own private eye business, or watching something that has to do with it, like a series about it, maybe for fun, but it could be self-education about it, because I'm hearing that also is coming up here. I also feel some of you are going to be talking to some kind of lawyer or government agent or agency. Could even be FBI, CIA, could be just local law enforcement. about some investigation that is going on, like some criminal investigation that's going on that's affecting you or connected to you, or your family, somebody in your, I don't feel like it's something happening to you directly. I feel like it's some investigation going on with someone you care about or in your family comes up here. So, wow, that was a bit of an odd message. Never know what's going to come up here, Virgo. You never know. Okay, so crowning your reading today, you have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords to me is an air sign person. This would either be an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra, sun sign, rising sign, moon sign, or right now they just might be having the personality trait of the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords to me is somebody who usually is, they're very good about wanting to dissect secrets. They have a lot of interest in that. And they're good at, uncovering the truth about things and wanting to get to the heart of the matter about truth. They also can be very secretive and deceptive themselves. As good as they are about and have an interest in ferreting out secrets and deceptions, they themselves can be very secretive and deceptive. If they're operating from the negative side of the page, they could be prone to telling lies, and causing disruption can come up here. Now, they can either be a male or a female because the pages, it's a page either male or female, or they can also be an adult or a child, I feel a new arrangement's going to be made. So if this is your child, you may be changing some kind of agreement or arrangement that you've made with child support or, child rearing. There could be some change in regard to that if you have an ex and you have arrangements with them about your child. You could have a lawyer or a government agent or agency come and talk to you about this person, this Page of Swords. Some of you, the Page of Swords is running from the law or having issues with the law. Because I do hear the words criminal investigations and charges. So I know that's not going to apply to all of you Virgos out there, but I feel like whoever I'm talking to is going to know. I don't feel like this is some unexpected surprise. I feel like this has been coming or you've had an awareness of it. So for those of you that applies to, I don't feel that it's a shock. For those of you that this does, and maybe even doesn't make sense to, I do feel that someone in your life is almost like hating themselves, going like in their own mental and emotional torture prison chamber within themselves. So this is if that doesn't apply to you about that somebody that's got a criminal investigation or charges, it could be just the pages showing up here because I'm hearing they're going through emotional upheavals and troubles within themselves, and like they don't like themselves, and they may be torturing themselves. They could be cutting themselves or using drugs in some way, some kind of drug abuse or alcoholism, but it comes up first more like torturing themselves in some way. Like I feel like they're unhappy with themselves. And I get getting questioned, that comes up again. So I feel like they're going to get questioned by the law, or you are going to get questioned by the law about them. But that's not going to apply to all of you. Some of you, this is just a child that's having issues and not happy, and it could be facing addictions or involved in some kind of addiction problem that they need some kind of assistance or help, that they need therapy, and they maybe need to be in a rehab facility or get some kind of counseling. Because this is somebody to me that's troubled, no matter how you slice it, whether the legalities make sense to you or they don't. Either way, I'm getting a lot of negative things around this page. They could be trying to make some plan or map of some kind of getaway. So whether they are having legal issues or not, this page comes up as a younger person to me, like anywhere, I'm going to say from 27, 25, young to younger. I don't feel like they're older than 27 years old. But this person could be planning a getaway to get out of Dodge before legalities come down, or they're just an unhappy teen that's got drug addictions or addictions to something, and they may be planning to run away. So just be on your guard, Virgo. They're showing up here for a reason. It doesn't mean it's your child. It could be your niece. It could be your nephew. It could be your children. It could just be somebody that you care about, that you have an invested interest here emotionally, like you care about them, because they wouldn't be showing up here if this is just somebody you casually know. I feel like this is somebody that you you have some care for here. And an emotional caring. Now, the next card you have in your layout today, Virgo, in this 2015 June reading, you have the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles to me is a card that symbolizes holding on protectively to your finances, or holding on protectively emotionally to something, or something you want to not let go of, or you're not ready to let go of. It is often called the Miser card. Now, this card can also, on the complete opposite end of it, indicate financial success. So it could be a card foretelling financial success. I feel you may be getting confused, and you may have some kind of shutdown, like emotional shutdown. I feel like you've got a lot of confusion right now, which I'm sorry to see that, because I really have been feeling like Virgos were turning the proverbial corner, and a lot of uplifted things were happening. So if you're a Virgo where your life is coming up roses and a lot of positive changes happening, maybe this reading is just not speaking to you. So I would seriously recommend, if you know your rising sign or moon sign, go watch those videos, because I'm telling you, this reading is more geared to Virgos that are having like internal issues themselves and family issues that are going on here, that a multitude of things are going on. So please, please be sure, if your life is riding high right now, I don't feel like this reading is directed at you, because this is like a cathartic reading, like talking about getting to the dark places and corners of your life, of this child's life, of situations, and it coming out. I mean, it's positive in the sense that it needs to be rectified and dealt with. That's positive, because then it can clear the way for positive changes to happen. So I'm hearing the words neediness and scared. So that could pertain to you in this situation, but it could be pertaining to others around you that you're involved with or dealing with. I feel there's a great deal of underhandedness and deceivery going on here. So I don't feel it's you. I feel it's other people around you that are doing this. Family relations. I hear it's relations. I don't feel it's you. I hear there's going to be fundamental differences of you and another family member going back and forth over fundamental differences on these matters that are going on. So I also feel that you're not all in agreement here about what's happening. This is causing you to have conflict or conversation with other people that are not the party that's the problem. That you're having fundamental differences over some things here. I hear if you get too involved, you're going to create a lot of drama and unhappiness for yourself. And I hear that you need to take a step back and let things unfold as they will. Now, I know that is so easy for me to sit here and say, and not easy for you to hear or do. So really think on that. That's going to be a karmic test or lesson, or it's a karmic test or lesson for you. That stepping back and letting things unfold. It is karmic. So just know you're being tested there about how involved you're going to get, or how upset you're going to get, or what you're going to be able to do and control here about this situation. Is so taking a step back and letting things unfold as they will is not an easy thing to do. I'm not saying it's easy. So that's a challenge for you coming up here. Now for the outcome card of your tarot portion of the reading. Thank God God shows up and gives you blessings here. You've got the Hierophant, which is what he's doing. He's coming in and giving you blessings, but he's also giving you a caution or a warning. This is a cautionary card here, too. It can be that. It can also indicate higher education and higher learning. I'm hearing your mind is your best asset here because you know what's going on. I hear you've been feeling this situation brewing for a while. So I'm seeing in my mind an old-fashioned percolating pot, like, you know, that they have where you plug it in and you put the coffee in the pot and the coffee bubbles up in the little glass top on the... I'm seeing you've seen this percolating for a while. For those of you Virgos that this applies to, you're going to be getting relief of this situation in 6 months. I feel like in 6 months, this is over with. So just know that those of you that these messages applied to today about these situations, 6 months seems to be the end point. Any of you that have been physically hurt or taken advantage of by someone in your family, or just someone, I'm feeling like it would be someone you would have known. It's going to come out now. It's going to get revealed. And you know what? That's another theme I've got to say that keeps coming up for this, you know, June reading and Mercury in retrograde period. This secrets being revealed keeps coming up here. So any secretive thing or anything where someone has physically harmed you or harmed somebody in your family, it's coming out now. It's coming to light. It's getting revealed. And it may not really be because of the retrograde. I am not schooled in astrology all the time. I follow it. I try to pay attention to it. I have friends that have a lot of knowledge in it. But there's some other planetary influences going on here that's also affecting this. My friend told me the other day that planets are in alignment. Saturn is like, the sun is here, the earth is here in the middle, and Saturn is here. Well, Saturn is the taskmaster planet that makes things, you know, it can be difficult. It can be strong things happening when Saturn's involved here. So I would definitely look up whatever Saturn transit is happening in your sign, like how it would affect Virgos in particular. Because I'm telling you, it's like this, you've got like all this like old stuff coming out right now, old things. You're not the first sign to get like this kind of things happening. Situational changes are coming. And look, my angel crystal just fell over. Almost flew off the table on that one. Wow. Somebody just knocked that over because it was nowhere near the edge. Woohoo. Okay. Well, you have somebody here in spirit too. Somebody just showed up because I can feel it. All my hairs are standing up. I don't know if you guys can see that. I wish you could. That's how I know when somebody deceased is here. I hear these situations are happening, but things are going to improve here forward. So it's actually a blessing that they are happening to get rid of them, to get the, you know, to get the negativity out. Peaceful times are ahead. That's what the spirit that's here just said to me. Peaceful times are ahead. And they're also telling me to tell you that you haven't dropped the ball. So if you start questioning like, oh, did I drop the ball here? If you're worried, like if this is your child and you feel like, did I drop the ball? This spirit here is saying, no, you didn't. So don't beat yourself up and start making yourself feel guilty, Virgo. I hear there's nothing really that you can do about this situation. And you could have a tendency to make yourself sick over it. So not to do that. Don't like get yourself into a negative spin and get into depression here. Definitely relief coming in this situation in the next 6 months. So that may sound long to you if you're in the hotbed of what's going on now, but really 6 months is a blink. 6 months ago, I was saying, Happy New Year. Think about it. So 6 months is going to go like that. So you're going to get relief of this situation that's really coming up here. I almost feel like I'm giving a particular Virgo a private reading because I feel like it's really speaking to a very select few people. That's why for this month, I more than ever of any sign I've read, I've felt like if this doesn't apply to you, please watch your rising sign or your moon sign, because this reading is very specific for some, a small group of Virgos. So, in the outcome card of the Angels, Gods, and Goddesses cards here today, Virgo, you got Goddess of Oneness. That's your card for June 2015. And the Goddess of Oneness says, someone you love is thinking fondly of you at the moment. And the Spirit is waving me again. So, wow, you Virgos, I got to tell you, you always have, all my hairs are standing straight up. You guys have really strong deceased loved ones that seem to know when I'm doing these readings. Another sign this month had a Spirit come in for them too. You've got it. Oh my. Really bad goosebumps, chills, everything. Know the magnitude of their presence is incredibly strong here in this reading, Virgo. Really strong. There's an overwhelming feeling of unity. We all really are one. We are only separated by time and space, but energetically we're all made up of the same thing. Memories of hurts of the past have deluded you in some ways in your life, and now it's time to get rid of them. They're not serving you anymore. So old wounds, no matter what has happened here, any kind of abuse you've suffered at the hands of something, someone in your past, growing up, in your childhood, or in your 20s, whatever, it's time to work on releasing it and letting it go, because it has affected you somehow, Virgo. Like you've been carrying it around like a backpack. You have somebody that's here saying you are supported fondly from this spirit in the spirit world that is trying to soothe you and calm you. So no, they keep waving me over and over again. This is like what happens to me in private readings when the deceased loved ones come in. They don't always show up. Sometimes they do, but it's funny to me for this to happen in a general reading, honestly. And it happened with another sign this month as well. It's just funny to me that they know and they're here. So apparently they're very aware of what Virgos are going to watch, because they're coming in here for you, Virgo. They really are coming in here for you. I feel there's going to be a tribunal or a major change in some kind of policies or government issues that are going to be of assistance to you or this situation that's coming up. So there's going to be some panel, they're calling it a tribunal. I don't even know how that exists in today's language, if that's possible. But some kind of change where I feel that there's like basically maybe laws are changing, or some group is going to speak out and say this is an unfair law. It's not fair for the victim, or not fair for, someone in a situation, and therefore it gets changed. And this change is of help to you personally, or this person that's coming up here that has these, personal problems or issues, this page of swords that's coming up here in your life. So I certainly hope this reading made sense to you, and I hope it was helpful. I want to say thank you so much for watching and sharing and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do appreciate that. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. That way you will get notified of any videos I'm posting or being informed of any changes that may be happening with my channel coming up in the future. Also, please be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I do post things there daily. You aren't going to be able to see here on YouTube. And I hope that you have a beautiful, peaceful, and happy June, Virgo. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace. I get some emails of some frequently asked questions that I'd like to address here. If you have scheduled a private reading with me, please take note of the time zone. When you scheduled your appointment with me, you received an email confirmation stating that that was scheduled for East Coast time. I am on the East Coast of the United States. So please be sure to check a time zone converter, or else you might be getting a psychic wake-up call. So be sure to check that out. Also, please make sure to make your payments at the time you schedule your reading. I do have to go through the unpaid appointments and cancel them and open it up to the long wait list. I really don't want to cancel your appointment, especially if you've been waiting for quite a few months for your appointment. So please, to secure your appointment time with me, please make your payment at the time you book your appointment. Thank you for that. Also, please be sure to look at the policies on the same order page, because I have many issues of missed appointments due to incorrect phone numbers entered in on the online scheduling system, or phone numbers that have not been updated. So please make sure to check on that. Also, due to time zone confusion, again, it is listed on my order page. I'm on the East Coast, and you get the email confirmation also stating that. So please make note, I am on the East Coast. That is the time you booked for. All steps are on my order page on how to book a reading with me. I get many emails where people say, how do you book an appointment? If you go to my website and go to my order page, the steps are listed there 1 through 5 on how to schedule your appointment and how to make your payment, and that it is East Coast time. So please be sure to check that out if you're interested in booking a reading with me. Also, if you're interested in booking a reading with me, take note as well that it is booking 8 months out now, 8 and 9 months out now, January and February time frames. So if you are not able to wait 8 months or 9 months to get your appointment, I know it's very long. Please don't schedule unless you can wait that long. I don't like to keep people waiting, but I get many requests for people asking me if they can move their appointment up sooner. And very often I really can't do that. The wait list is so long, I have no way to bump other people off because you may be feeling like you need the reading right now. Most people feel like they need the reading right now. So I really can't do that. So please make note of that. Only schedule with me if you are willing to wait the 8 to 9 months. I truly thank you for all the outpouring of interest I've received and all the many, many appointments I've received of viewers that have booked private readings with me. I truly appreciate it. I really look forward to connecting with you, and, keep watching these videos because you never know what's going to come up next. You never know what opportunities or things may be coming up. Some changes maybe in the future of, different things that are going to happen here with this channel. So please be sure to stay tuned. And if you've had any questions about any of the things I've discussed, please go to my website. Everything you need to know is really on that order page. I look forward to doing more psychic readings for you. Thank you.